Hello there, fellow NPCs. Hi, I'm Scythe, and today we're getting back into the house in Fata Morgana. It seems that we have exited the fifth door. They haven't been completely clear about that as far as I remember. But what we learned was the tragic tale of the beginning of the maid. Yeah, so Giselle was forced into having sexual relationship with a mass of the Bollinger family. She was then ostracized to this house, this mansion where Michael Bollinger lives. And that is only because the man who forced himself upon her made sure that she wasn't burned at the stake instead, essentially. You know. So, and the mother of the house is not very happy with it, so she's not telling the whole truth. Also, she's kind of insane. So she was telling Michael parts of the reality, but not all of it. And now Michael knows what happened, but don't understand why or how. So yeah, that's where we get to where we are now. So that's it. Let's go. And that, I was sure, was the end of me. I am even now putting her through a harrowing experience, digging up the memories she locked away, the past she wanted to pretend never happened, and laying it all out before her once more. But I must get her back to who she once was, even if it means forcing her to endure this. She must remember everything, because I need to know. Why did she become the maid? And what secrets does this house hold? You're Michael. Yes, my name is Michael. I am not the white-haired girl. The person you were searching for was a man who once hurt you deeply. Me. Why? What was her why referring to? Why I hurt her? Or why I'm here? Or perhaps, why I didn't show up until now? Not having an answer for her, I clench her cold hands in mine. I wonder, were her hands this cold that night too? There's still more we need to see though. And it's still too soon for me to apologize. When she's gotten everything back, only then can I. Once she reclaims herself, that is when I must tell her. Now, let us return to our past. Our story has only just begun. No matter what we thought or what we desired, no matter what we lost or how much pain we suffered, we must not shut this door. Yeah, and there was also chains in the background of this image, meaning that she is held prisoner here, perhaps? Perfect darkness embraces us once more. I can see nothing, not even the woman beside me. But I shall not let her go of her hand. I do not want her to slip away from me. I do not want to lose her. So we didn't enter the sixth door. Right. But we are right now in Giselle's point of view. Stay with me. Are you alright? Ah, it's the man. The courier, or whatever he is. Ah. Oh, thank goodness, you're awake. How's your head? Can you see me? What? You had me scared silly there. Oh, is this the man who was in the painting, perhaps? I thought I might have lost you for good. I'm really glad you're alive. Where am I? And who is this man? What was I doing? You filling up for any food? I can whip up some porridge for you right quick. Ah, I was in the forest. It was raining. Before that, I was at the mansion. I feel sick, like there's still something in my stomach. No, thank you. I don't want anything. You really should have something. You need to keep up your energy. Unless you want to conk out again in an hour. Sounds good to me. I'd rather never wake up at all. You're not in the highest of spirits either, it seems. All the more reason to get something warm in you. Please, have something. I'll get some milk on the fire. I bet you can handle a cup of that. You start losing all hope once the cold gets that deep in you. Reaches down to your core. Take me at my word, please. Just one sip. You'll feel like a whole new gal. A heart-wrenchingly pleasant aroma wafted up with the steam from within the wooden cup. Succumbing to the sweet smell, I lifted the cup to my lips for just one sip. And the warmth that spread through me brought the tears to my eyes. Perhaps there really was kindness in the world. A ripple spread across the surface of the milk. I heard a gentle sigh come from the man beside me. After which he said with a smile, "You should take it easy for the day." I had lost the willpower to think about anything. I didn't care what happened to me or why I was here. Who he was or even where this was. I spent the whole day in bed, just watching the sun slowly slide across the wooden floor. I felt like I was somewhere far, far away. At times I felt like a lost child, and at times like a sickly old woman on her deathbed. Watching the sun travel gave me a renewed awareness of the passage of time. And the fact that each moment that went by was another moment I was alive. I realized, then, that it had been a while since I had gotten more than a brief glimpse of it in its sunlight. It almost surprised me how colorful the world seemed beneath the sun's light, something I didn't get much of in the dark mansion. Only after losing something do you realize how much you need it. Warm milk, the light shining through the window, and a bed that smelled like springtime. With those three things, my heart slowly began to defrost, and I started to regain the willpower to stand on my own 2 feet. Yeah. Thank you for everything. You sure you're in any shape to be on your feet? Yes, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. You looked pretty beat up to me. But you look a lot better now, and you're talking a lot more clearly than before. You've been very generous, despite having never met me before, and for that you have my deepest gratitude. Without your help I would no longer be in this world. I didn't deserve your thanks. You are alive now because God's guidance made it so. God. I came across you early in the morning, as I was heading into the forest to hunt. I imagine my surprising a young lady like you on the ground in my path. What were you doing in the forest? You don't have to tell me if you'd rather not. Everyone's got their own share of personal problems. You're not going to demand I talk? I have no reason to force you to do anything. You look like you've been to hell and back. What? I could tell just looking at you. Now then, do you have somewhere you can go? Somewhere to go? Of course I don't. I can't go back to the capital or the mansion. If not, then why don't you stay here? Here? Sure, it's a small village. We're self-sufficient and we all help each other out. No tax-hungry lords know we built the place up either, so we keep everything we make. We're pretty remote as a result and the harvest isn't fantastic, but I'm sure you'll find it comfortable here. The rest of the villagers will be glad to have you. What do you say? Sorry, Mom. What I'm about to do might make the rest of the family's lives more difficult. But I don't want to have to feel any more pain. If I really wouldn't be inconveniencing you, if it's really okay, then yes, I would like to stay here. That's great to hear. I was loath to send you back to where you... I was loath to send you back out there in your current condition. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? The name is Amity, just the one lowly villager of many. Amity. I'm Giselle. Giselle. That's a beautiful name. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a vacant house. Clean it up and you can call it home. I couldn't possibly ask for that. I doubt others would like it if I just took a house for myself. That shouldn't be an issue. I'm the village representative, more or less. Representative? Like the chief? Only a name, though. As I mentioned, we're not on any lord's map, so I don't have much of representing to do. The only reason I ended up in charge is because I'm a bit more educated than anyone else. It was a long time ago, but I understood it with a priest. Because of that, I'm familiar with the Bible's teachings. So rather than a chief, the people of the village look at me more like a priest. Wouldn't be much fun if the church found out about that. They're liable to think I'm acting unordained. Then, you believe in God? That's quite the question. Of course God exists. He's always watching over us. That's why you survived, because he protected you. I understand that your faith can waver when you're going through times of tribulation, but those are the times when it's most important you keep sight of who you are. Right. Now, you get some rest. Tomorrow, I'll show you around the village. Thank you. I truly mean it. I really, sincerely appreciate everything. Don't mention it yourself. This is your village now too, so you don't need to act like a stranger anymore. Okay. So he's Hamidi. He seems like a nice man. Maybe here I can live in peace. It'll be alright, I'm sure. Yeah. I wasn't silly enough to believe my life would be perfect, but I had found a tiny fragment of my lost hope. While I had once been ready to give up on absolutely everything, I was starting to feel like I might be able to smile again, eventually. Like I might be able to get back on my feet. And in order to do that, I had to cast aside my past once more. Forget everything that had happened at the Bollinger estate, and everything that had happened at that mansion. Forget about Michael. There was one niggling curiosity, though, that I couldn't shake. Something he had said before I left. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Yeah, so that's why I was thinking that he is an affair child. That he was the white-haired girl in the first story with a flaxen-haired household. You know. And that's just assuming that she's superimposing her memories on actual events. Or vice versa. Michael, who made a pact with the devil, who is supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. What had he meant by that? Why would people think he was dead? No, I don't care about Michael one bit. Forget it. Forget everything. Michael's point of view? Ours was, as it had always been, wrapped in thick silence. Giselle's shadow, which had been lurking in the halls for about a month, was nowhere to be found. She hadn't come back since running off that day. My secret was still safe. Her efforts had, in the end, all been for naught. Back to the way things were. But despite my mind telling me that it was for the best, I felt a kind of guilt seething in the back of my chest. And any attempts to figure out why only made me feel worse. But the look on her face then. Please, hear me out. I don't know anything about you. I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way. Was that really her just putting on an act before I revealed her scheming? She was screaming though. And she looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away. I'm not falling for anything. I feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up. Be quiet. Silence, please. Yeah, something going on in the back of his head, I guess. My head was pounding beyond belief. I couldn't stand anything. This world, the creature I was, the witches whispering. The archangel looking down upon me seemed to be cackling from somewhere far out of reach. So, for whatever it was worth, just to escape from his gaze. I once again drew the drapes over the stained glass window. Oh, it's someone new. Hey, where you from? You're gonna be here long? Are you? We hardly ever get visitors here, so they're downright awestruck by you. You'll be getting a lot of attention for a little, but please don't let it get to you. No, that's just fine. I'll do my best to get along with everyone. You got a spark in you that wasn't there yesterday. Anything in particular that cheered you up? In particular? Once I decided I was going to stay here, I just sort of started feeling better about things. And I figured I couldn't stay gloomy forever. I see. Glad to hear it. And it's all thanks to you, Amity. Keep thanking me like that and my cheeks might get stuck red. In any event, I said I'd show you around yesterday, so how about we do that? Lead the way. That said, we're a modest little village of about 100. Everyone knows everyone. For that size, it looks pretty big to me. Amity taking the lead, we walked through the village, passing by crop fields and milk cows, presumably shared among the villagers. Houses were scattered across an area that seemed far too large for only 100 people. Actually, getting a better look at them, the buildings were dilapidated, looking more like ruins than residences. Once upon a time, this was a city, rather than a village. When your ancestors lived here. Oh no, we were drifters fortunate enough to come across some decent looking land, so we stuck around. How do you know what it was like before then? There were a few stone tablets left behind, and based on what we were able to extract from the texts, this area used to be a large city with a booming economy rivaling that of the capital. There weren't hundreds, but thousands of people bustling about. Merchants from afar came in droves. Sounded like the second door. It was much like how the capital is now. Actually, this area was more open to foreigners. Not so much then. People of all different races, speaking as many different languages. It was evidently quite the sight and sound. I had no idea there was a city here. That's what happens when a place is wiped from history. I couldn't tell you how reliable the tablets are, but if you take them at their word, the city lost everything in just a single week. The curse of Morgana. What? People, crops, livestock, all dead. Maybe it was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague. I can't say for sure. That is what the tablet said, though. This is what the tablet said, though. We have been cursed by the witch. Yeah. Cursed by the witch. Look over there. You see that river? There used to be a magnificent bridge crossing it, but there's hardly anything left of it. If you continue along the path beyond the fallen bridge, there's a forest. That's where I found you. The deeper parts of the forest are so dense you can't see anything but the tree trunks and leaves, in an eerie place, wrapped in a cloud of darkness. If you make it through that, there's a mansion, which is said to be cursed. The witch who supposedly destroyed the city lives in the house deep in the forest. She's been there for years and years and years, and she casts a curse on anyone who goes near it. The city was so large that the mansion was actually in its borders. My guess is the bridge was built to mark the road leading to it. Now, as you can see, the bridge is gone and the house is still standing out practically in ruins. But the mansion alone looks just as it did back then. The witch living in the mansion goes by the name of Morgana. According to the records, someone by the same name was executed in the area for witchcraft. And even in death, she continues to bear the grudge against mankind. Who knows how much of it is true, though? Truth or fiction, the story has taken root in this region. The city's history may be lost, but the legend of the witch continues to be told. People have a tendency to keep stories alive that scare them. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. No, I'm fine. You're best staying away from the mansion in the forest at any rate. There's no saying what might happen if your curiosity gets the better of you. Better safe than sorry, if you ask me. Aside from the mansion, this is as peaceful a village as you'll find. I don't know where you came from, but I'm glad you didn't end up wandering up there. I know all about the mansion and who lives there. I was there, after all. With Michael, for a full month. But I don't remember any cursed witch. Just a man with a bone-chilling glare. Maybe the rumor about a witch living there was spread by him. Or perhaps even his family. I could see them doing that. But none of that matters to me anymore. I'm never going anywhere near that house again. The witch's curse, Michael, meant nothing to me. With nowhere else to go, I ended up in this small village. There was no denying that there was a little to speak of here. But I found peace in that nothingness. I couldn't have been more blessed that such a kind of man had found me and welcomed me into his village. The village ran entirely on its own crops and livestock. They had no currency, merely bartered among themselves. Coming from a merchant's family, everything felt so new. I had never plowed a large plot of land, milked a cow, or used a loom before. At first, I wasn't sure what to think, being such a departure from my lifestyle in the capital. But over time, I grew more comfortable with my new life, and the people of the village started thinking of me as one of them. Come on, Giselle, come play with us. We're playing hide and seek today. Can't, sorry, I'm spinning yarn. You can do that later. Come on, play with us. Stop that, don't pull on my skirt. Alright, you win. When I'm done with this, I'll join you. And no ditching. We'll be down at the square, okay? Got it. See you there. The kids are taking quite a liking to you. Ah, Amity. You think so? They've been incredibly lively since you arrived. Children are more sensitive than adults. Sensitive? They're very perceptive of how others are feeling. If you begrudgingly play along, they'll pick up on that quickly. You like children, and that's a wonderful thing. There's not a good woman in the world who dislikes children. Why, thank you. I don't think it's so much that I like them, as I'm kind of like a big kid myself. I generally enjoy hide and seek, but that's not going to earn me any points. I like kids too. Watching them, it gives me faith that this world has a bright future. A bright future. I never looked at them that way. They seem to like you quite a bit too, Amity. Thanks. Though I'd rather give my affection to my own kids. Oh, you have children? Oh heavens no, I thought that was obvious enough. I'm talking about the future. I see. But knowing you, Amity, I'm sure you'll find someone right for you and have kids of your own in no time. It's not that easy, sadly. Even in such a small village, there are no ladies who would take interest in me. You don't give yourself enough credit. I'm fully confident you'll find someone soon enough. Do you really think so? Absolutely. And perhaps you could be that person. Pardon? I won't push you into it, of course. But I think it would be marvelous to have you in my life in a bigger way. But it's a little soon for me to think about settling down like that. It's pretty sudden, I admit. Take all the time you need to consider it. Alright. I have to go play with the kids now. Have fun. I wonder if he really meant it. Amity is a nice fellow, and I'm sure living here would be wonderful. But I can't help feeling something isn't right here. Oh no. What are you feeling? Search your feelings. Why am I thinking about him now, of all times? That man has no redeemable qualities, not one. Yeah, she's thinking of Michael. As it turned out, Amity was serious about his proposition, and I brought it up every time we ran into each other. Unable to give him an answer, I found myself constantly apologizing to him. Soon, winter started giving way to spring. On a day when the air still had a brisk winter bite and budding seedlings battled to break through the earth, the seams holding the village together began to come loose. Oh no. That day, the village men were gathered in the square talking. They had all stern looks on their faces. It was clear that something had happened. I obviously couldn't stick my head in, so I waited until they were done and caught Amity. While it was rather awkward, I was still more comfortable asking him for information than anyone else. Actually, with a dejected look on his face, he started explaining. A lord found out about this village. What? And he said he's going to place this land under his rule, meaning he'll start collecting taxes. In addition, he's also demanding we pay 5 years' worth of back taxes for unauthorized use of the land. What? That's ridiculous. Yes, it most certainly is. We obviously don't have the means to pay 5 years' taxes. There's no reason for him to take over this village at all. We're completely isolated from the surrounding area after all. But if we resist, he could send soldiers. It doesn't matter how absurd his claim to the village is. We have no choice but to comply. That's terrible. What are we going to do then? We're going to do as the Lord demands. The 5 years' taxes will have to be paid in installments. Some of the men suggest that we abandon the land and find somewhere else. Yeah, so this is once again sounds like the second door. Because of the war, there was a lot of people suggesting that they should leave the area. But it would take time to cultivate the land and plant new crops. That is the same reason they had to. It's no trivial task. We just have to make do with these changes. We'll use more of the land to grow and try to be more efficient. Will you help me in the fields? Of course. This village is my home now too. Thank you, Giselle. It will be difficult, but if we all pitch in, I'm sure we can get through this. I thought the same thing. If we all work together, we can make it through this rough patch. But the collection of taxes brought more than just a burden for everyone to share. It brought emotional strain and conflict to the village too. Your family has more hands to work the fields. I have a sickly child. You expect him to work any harder than he is? I know you're hiding grain in your cellar. You have more than us. Let us keep a little grain. You have more. No, you have more. You both have more than us. When their comfortable lives fell under attack, the villagers' top priority became their own property. The cooperation was only temporary. And before long, everyone became a threat. The negative energy only built on itself, its growth accelerating like a boulder rolling down a hill. And it wasn't long before their sights fell on me, the outsider. Come on, get moving! Ow, stop that! Why are you doing this? I'll stop once you told us everything. Told you what? One morning, a man dragged me from my house and took me to the square. There, the entire rest of the village was gathered, all eyes on me. What? What's this about? Oh, don't play stupid. We all know it was you. What was me? A thief! Medi? From the crowd appeared someone I knew quite well. The ever-affable village representative. A man who had saved my life. But in his eyes now... I thought you were better than that. Was contempt, anger, scorn. So many different shades of negativity. I recognized what I saw in his glare immediately, as someone who had been subjected to those looks before. But why? For what reason was he looking at me like that? I couldn't make sense of what was happening. So I just stood there stupefied. There's been a rise in reports of people having things stolen lately. The village is too small to attract bandits though. Since the Lord now demands we pay him taxes, even the smallest items lost can have a dramatic impact on a family's living conditions. What you have done is no joke. Wait a second. I haven't stolen anything. Which also falls back to second door when we learned about the merchant backstory. Things were stolen there. It was Spanish gold, I think. Why do you think You have been seen in the act. What? So long as there is testimony against you, your guilt is assured. Who says they saw me? I swear I didn't do anything. They're obviously lying. You're the one who's lying. You've been playing us for fools this whole time. Everything was fine until you showed up. We managed not to get found until you showed up. No, that's not my fault. Giselle, apologize to the village and return them what you have taken. Amity, don't you believe me? There were multiple witnesses. Several different people saw you stealing. I've known these people long enough to be family, and I trust them like family too. They're not liars. But no, they're framing me. I didn't steal anything, I swear. Framing you? Now you want to put this on us, woman? Unbelievable. Have you forgotten we welcomed you into our village? Amity, please help me. You of all people should believe me. You've been avoiding me of late, haven't you? What? Because you had something to hide, correct? No, What other reasons could you have to avoid me? Why? How can he say these things? Why won't he believe me? Now, return the things you've stolen. I can't, I've never stolen anything. How am I supposed to return something I don't have? I see. So you've already moved the stolen goods. She said she doesn't have them anymore, folks. How should we deal with this? Rough her up till she talks. Yeah, she's not getting off that easy. Give us back our property. Why is this happening to me? The harsh new rulership has driven these people mad. I need to get away from this village. Quick. Restrain her. No! Get your hands off me! Have you forgotten everything we've done for you? All that matters is that you don't have to suffer. Is that it? I didn't do anything. Take her to my house. We'll make her tell us everything. No, stop! You've all gone mad! Please come to your senses. With men on all four sides of me, I was dragged into Amity's house. He sat coolly in a chair, and they shoved me to my knees before him. I'll ask you this one more time, Giselle. Where did you put the things you stole? And I'll keep giving you the same answer. I didn't take anything from anyone. Please believe me. Do you swear with God as your witness? I do, I swear with all my heart. You don't actually believe her, do you, Amity? She's not only sold out us to our lord, she's now threatening to make our lives downright impossible. Again, that's just a coincidence. Listen to me, Amity. Thus saith the Lord of our hosts, the woman hath committed 3 sins. She has lied, she has stolen, and she has betrayed her fellow man. Why are you doing this, Amity? You were such a good man. I am deeply disappointed in you, Giselle. As much as I don't want to do this, I have to get the truth from you. Amity? Ah, of course. Why didn't I see it? I'm still just an outsider to them. Why would they believe a stranger's word over a word of the village, his family? The water. What? A man set a wooden well bucket on the floor in front of me. In it wasn't clean water from the well though, but grimy, murky wastewater. I reflexively turned my head from the stench, but a man behind me grabbed me by the hair. And before I had a chance to realize what was happening, the world around me went brown. I struggled with all my might to break free, but my arms were tied behind my back and I didn't have the strength to overpower the man holding my head down. Reflexively gasping for air, a stream of filthy water poured into my mouth. Pull her out. We get nothing if she dies. Put her back in and keep at it until she decides she's ready to talk. No! So she was tortured too, huh? Not only raped, but tortured as well. Jesus. How unsightly. And to think I ever considered marrying this woman. Stop! We can stop whenever you want, Giselle. You just have to tell us the truth. Yeah. Okay, so he does sound like the merchant. Please. Stop! I was given no time to rest. My head shoved into the bucket, then pulled out just long enough for me to steal a breath before going back in. Over and over again. Not a person in that room objected to the abuse I was receiving. I had prayed for a good harvest with these people. They had taught me how to use a loom, something I had never touched before. We had laughed together, lived together. They were normal people. Perfectly ordinary, kind, helpful, friendly people. Not at all cruel or inhumane. But now, they burned with a frenzy that overshadowed all my memories of them. And every gargle, gasp and grunt they got from me fueled that fire. Dozens of eyes laced with madness stared down upon me, rejoicing at my suffering. My consciousness was slipping away from me. I thought I could hear laughing and chattering, but it all passed through my ears as a mere noise, nothing I could make sense of. Oh, good. Away with... Huh? Stay with me. Amity? Oh, thank goodness you're awake. Wait, what was I just doing? Alright, I was in the forest on the verge of death, and Amity found me and... We almost lost valuable manpower there. Huh? We were just discussing what to do about you, Giselle. And we decided to make you village property. Oh no! I've seen too much adult material to know what that means. Please don't make this absolutely disgusting. No, he didn't save me. If you agree to work for us, we'll put this whole nasty mess behind us. You may be worthless in the fields and terrible with a loom, but there's plenty you can help with. What are you going to make me do? You like to get your hands dirty. And considering I found you half dead in the forest, I doubt the rest of you is any cleaner. Amity. It seems we've come to an agreement. I'll keep watch over her starting today, to make sure she stays in line and doesn't steal anything else. Dirty. Stays in line. The way they're looking at me. They didn't have to spell it out. No. Anything but that. Please have mercy. If you're begging for mercy, that means you've known you've done something wrong. Let's see. There is one way, Giselle. What? Give back what you stole, naturally. But if you're going to insist that's not possible, then bring us something of equal value. And if you can't do that, then your life belongs to the village. The men were cackling. They knew I couldn't do it, and they were enjoying watching me squirm. Take your pick, Giselle. Something of equal value. If I can get that, then you'll set me free. In that moment, a little bit of darkness bubbled up in my heart. Something maleficent whispered in my ear. If you're in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, then make your way to a larger town. Yeah. I think I know where you can get something worth some money. The mansion in the forest has some fairly valuable furniture in it. Oh God. When did I become... You can steal some of that to sell for good money. Such a despicable woman. You mean the cursed mansion? You expect us to go there? Are you out of your mind? Anyone who goes near the house is killed by the witch's curse. There is no witch living there. There is no curse. Giselle, what do you know about the mansion? I lived there for a while. Well, for a month. You what? The son of a noble lives there. He's human, and he's alone. A noble? What's the noble boy doing this far from the city? I presume he was banished there. I was sent to the mansion from the capital to act as his servant. There was plenty of value in the house. Shelves lined with books. They should be more than enough to pay the Lord's 5 years' worth of taxes. Is what you're saying true? I would not lie. As bewilderment spread through Amedee's house, I was unable to look at anything but the floor. I couldn't stop trembling. To protect myself, I had sold out Michael. You swear there's just a single man living in that house? Yes, it's only him. Alright. If it turns out you're lying, you'll pay. Okay, everyone, you heard her. Tell all the young men to get ready. To go kill the beast, the bestia. We're going up to the mansion in the forest. And just to be safe, make sure everyone brings something they can use as a weapon. And you, Giselle, you're coming with us. You'll be leading the way. Listen to me. Don't think about trying to run. Right. On the cusp of springtime, I found myself trekking through the dreary forest I had thought I would never set foot in again. But that is the end of today's video. Interesting. As you have heard, I am definitely seeing parallels between the different doors we have gone through earlier and this one. Question is it just meant to be very similar? In order to confuse me, or is this actually what's happening, that she is superimposing her memories onto the different people who used to live here, who has lived here throughout history, essentially? Exactly. Or is there any chance that she actually is Morgana and she will be cursing them because of everything that she's been going through right now? We'll see. We'll see in the next few videos, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you Joseph for donating directly to my Ko-fi page. If you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye everyone.